Well, hey guys, it's Dr. Drake 63, and we're going to explain to you what happened with that AR failure that I've done 2 prior videos about. It's going to involve me eating some crow. Basically, just a quick recap: the upper on an AR 556 from Ruger completely failed, and there was some questions from me. Hey, is this because I changed the gas system? Things of that nature. And a lot of you suggested there was either a squib load or a 300 blackout round was fired through it. And you can kind of see some of the damage after I was able to get this bolt carrier out that was done. Pretty much blew it out. Bolt's in good shape, as you can see. But here's the culprit. The case was not fully in battery. It's a Barnes, not a Winchester at all, which I thought I was firing, which is further discussion to come. And here's what it looks like. A lot like a 300 blackout bullet was extruded down the chamber into a 22 size. So it's fairly clear to me that what happened here is that I put a 300 blackout round into a 5.56 chamber. I don't think there's any question about that unless you can look at that extruded round that came out of the chamber and you can somehow tell me, well, 2 5.56 projectiles could have fused together if one of them was already lodged in the barrel. But I think it's more likely the 300 blackout round went in, and per a lot of the comments that we saw from the prior 2 videos, that seems to be a common outcome of when that happens. The part that's really confusing to me is, in looking at the case head, it says Barnes. I have not owned any Barnes ammunition for a long time. Going back a few years, there was a time when I was purchasing the Remington 300 blackout rounds, and those were manufactured on Barnes cases. So it's not that it's impossible that I've never had them, but I haven't had any of that ammo for years. And the only 300 blackout ammo I've had for the past 3 or 4 years has been the Soleil and below, I think that's how it's pronounced in French, the S&B, and I haven't shot that for over a year just because ammo's been scarce. Now, I do know that everything I got out of that Winchester range pack, but there's no affiliation between Winchester and Barnes, and it's hard for me to believe that in any way, shape, or form that could have got in from the factory. Unless somebody was trying to sabotage something. That's a really long stretch. But regardless, if I'm the one loading a magazine, it's my responsibility to look at the ammo that's going into it to begin with, and I should have noticed that. And I didn't. So shame on me. I'm just glad it didn't work out worse. Someone had suggested that the whole purpose of this series of videos was I was trying to get out of replacing an upper for my friend, and about the most ridiculous statement anybody could make. If you knew me, you'd know that I'm not cheap like that. Number 2, I can certainly afford to provide a new upper for my friend, and happy to do so and will do so. I have to take responsibility for that round getting in there. I just can't figure out how it got into that box unless somewhere on a shooting trip, somewhere, somehow, ammo got thrown in there. I don't know. But again, ultimate responsibility lies on the shooter when you're loading a magazine up to make sure that what you've got is 5.56 and not 300 blackout. But that's the conclusion that I'm coming to, is that the wrong caliber went into the bore, and bad things happen. Here's a case to further double your efforts in terms of keeping these kind of ammunition separate. I don't even shoot 300 black and 5.56 on the same range trips. I'm so paranoid about it. I don't interchange magazines. I keep them in separate ammo boxes that are physically located far apart. So how something like this happened, I don't know, but it did happen. A lot of guys wanted to know what the solution to this mystery was. Most of you had speculated some kind of out of battery failure or possibly 300 blackout, and you guys were right. Anyway, I don't have a problem eating crow on this. I know a lot of people thought it was ridiculous for me to think that originally that this could have been due to the gas block, but hey, it's the only thing that I changed, so Of course, that's where my mind went to begin with. Anyway, this is Dr. Drake 63. Appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully we don't have to do another series of videos about anything like this.